A Quiet Place has become one of the biggest surprises in recent movie history, growing from a one-off horror movie made on a $17 million budget to a blockbuster franchise. The creative collaboration between real-life couple John Krasinski and Emily Blunt was a standout hit, and a spin-off film set before the events of the original is set for release in 2024. Those who want the proper conclusion to the story of the Abbott family, however, will have to wait until 2025. Blunt has been open for some time about the original story being intended as a trilogy, which suggests that A Quiet Place Part 3 will wrap up the major character arcs that began in 2018. In early 2022, Krasinski declared a 2025 release for the threequel. Presumably, he'll be directing once again. With a full-on prequel set to release before A Quiet Place Part 3 comes out, there could be a lot of new elements added to the hit horror saga. That should make the eventual conclusion even more exciting. But for now, details are being kept under wraps. After a somewhat confused period for the Cape Crusaders' film career following Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight trilogy, director Matt Reeves and star Robert Pattinson returned Bruce Wayne to his former glory with The Batman. The 2022 film received excellent reviews and performed well at the box office, succeeding on the merits of its gritty, noir-inspired tone and stellar production design. It wasn't long before a proper sequel was announced, with Pattinson and Reeves both returning along with Project Power writer Mattson Tomlin on scripting duty. The film is set to release on October 3rd, 2025. The Batman has already done an excellent job of building out a distinct version of Gotham City, and it's easy to imagine all kinds of directions in which the sequel could go. Pattinson himself told Den of Geek in 2022 that he'd be interested in a version of the popular Court of Owls storyline, while Reeves has expressed interest in a grounded version of Mr. Freeze. It's also likely that Barry Keoghan's Joker, who debuted at the end of The Batman, could play a major role. There's even the possibility that we haven't yet seen the last of Paul Dano's Riddler.
And you know, Gotham loves a comeback story.
Gotham City has a nearly endless trove of bad guys to pull from, and Reeves has proved himself a very competent filmmaker with both The Batman and other projects like the latter-day Planet of the Apes movies. Wherever his team decides to take the story, it should be exciting to watch. The Smurfs haven't had the steadiest track record at the modern box office, with Sony Pictures' 2010's film series receiving poor reviews throughout its run. In 2022, it was announced that Nickelodeon and Paramount would be putting their own spin on the classic franchise with an animated musical film scheduled for release in 2024. That date was later pushed to February 14th, 2025 to make room for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. As you might expect, the upcoming reboot is intended to be a family film with plenty of cartoon whimsy and musical charm. Chris Miller has been tapped to direct the picture. He's quite experienced in the genre, having previously helmed the DreamWorks animation features Shrek the Third and Puss in Boots. There's been little in the way of official casting news, but it seems safe to assume that the new Smurfs film will follow the modern Hollywood trend of casting an ensemble of recognizable stars to play the various roles. Hopefully, Paramount can finally do the brand justice and properly relaunch the Smurfs for a new generation. The Tron franchise is one of Disney's oddest. The original 1982 film wasn't exactly a box office smash, but it developed a cult appeal thanks to its groundbreaking CGI effects, a rare sight at the time. A sequel, Tron Legacy, followed in 2010, but momentum stalled on any further development of the franchise. Now, a third film, currently going by the name of Tron Ares, is finally back on the books with Jared Leto set to star and Joachim Rønning directing. The movie is currently expected on December 19th, 2025. Under Rønning's direction, it could be quite a spectacle. The filmmaker is no stranger to the contemporary live-action Disney blockbuster machine, having previously helmed films like Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man Tell No Tales in 2017, and Maleficent, Mistress of Evil in 2019. Leto may be less of a sure thing, as he's developed a reputation for box office bombs, in addition to his questionable on-set behavior. Regardless, a return to the digital grid of Tron with today's advancements in computer animation technology is an exciting idea. The series has always been more about a certain look and feel than a hard-hitting narrative, and it's likely that this trend will continue into the future. Maybe Disney can even get Daft Punk back together to do the soundtrack again, but we're not getting our hopes up that high.
This is going to be quite a ride.